New intro. So much love and appreciation to those of you who have been with me for the 2 year period plus that I've been doing this. Thank you for showing your love and support to the channel. And to anybody else who is brand new to the platform and you would like to support the channel, also you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
It was a Sunday afternoon showing that started like any other. Realtor Eric Brown was taking his client through the home on Sharon Avenue in Wyoming when he noticed a growing police presence in the neighborhood.
I just thought, well, we're going to have to probably leave because they're maybe looking for a criminal. Then Roy's son, Sammy, came upstairs and said that there were a whole lot of police officers outside the home. And that's when Roy looked outside and noticed that there were officers there and they were pointing guns towards the property.
Roy, the client, announced themselves to the officers. They say police then ordered them to exit the home in single file with their hands in the air. All three were put in handcuffs, including Roy's 15-year-old son.
They keep the guns drawn on us until all of us were in cuffs. So that was a little traumatizing, I guess. You know, under the current climate of things, you just really don't know what's going to happen.
It was only then the men say they had a chance to explain themselves. Eric showing police his credentials as a real estate agent showing the house, at which point they were free to go.
That officer came back and apologized again, but at the same time, the damage is done.
Wyoming police say they were responding to a report of a break-in, and their actions followed protocol, telling us that same home was recently broken into, and the 911 caller indicated the person arrested had returned.
I would be lying to you if I said, if I was just you and you, if you guys were in that house, if you guys walked up to that house, I don't think the neighbor would have called. And if she would have called, I don't believe that the officers would have reacted the same to you.
The one main thing that I love that the brother did at the end, he looked at both of the Caucasian reporter and the cameraman. He said, if I was you, the complexion of you or you, and the police were called, I'm pretty sure that the police presence and their actions would not have been the same. And that is a clear-cut indicator of racism. That is a clear-cut indicator of discrimination and bigotry, because whenever African Americans, right, happen to show up to the alabaster neighborhoods, there's always this alarm that magically sounds. Somebody in the neighborhood sees somebody black and they just start ringing that bell. Then they're like, we got to fix this situation. So already let the neighborhood basically know that, you know, we have some suspicious, right, individuals in the neighborhood. You know, it looks like, I think, you know, at one point in time the house might have been robbed, so these look like the same exact individuals coming back to do more damage. And oh boy, I'm not going to allow this to happen in my neighborhood. Yes sir, no ma'am. We're going to sit up there and put an end to this right now. I'm going to sit up there and put a call into the law, because I'm very sure that these are the exact same criminals that came through this neighborhood trying to ravage and bring down the property value. I'm not going to have it. And lo and behold, it was a realtor trying to show off the house to a black man who was more than likely looking to purchase said house. I would love to see somebody on all of these channels show me a field of videos where you have had African American people consistently calling the police on true Americans whenever they show up in a black neighborhood, whenever they start to move into a black neighborhood, whenever they start to get into their cars in a black neighborhood, right? Smoking a cigarette, riding a bike, walking with their kids, just walking through, looking at houses. You know, that's the funniest thing that I've seen. You know, being out there when I was younger, being in the suburbs, I used to always see true Americans walking through neighborhoods just because nobody's bothering them. I used to see them just walking through neighborhoods and looking at houses. At some points, they might even go through and look at somebody's backyard. And guess what? Nobody's calling the cops. But I promise you, if you are African American and you walk through their neighborhoods, somebody amongst one of those houses who's sitting there who has nothing else better to do but to focus on you is going to call the police because they're going to find you suspicious, aka I see somebody black and I don't want them here, so I'm going to make sure that they know this and that they never want to come back here ever again. And they're going to call the police, hoping to get 1 or 2 responses. Of course, is to get you out of there. The other responses is going to just lead to you having such a severe traumatic bad response in their hopes that you get brutalized or you get found out to actually be a criminal, which will justify all of their actions, right? Or the next one, which is that you'll have such a bad experience that you would never want to come to a neighborhood like that or anything reflective of that ever again. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, this is just a one-off thing, this isn't all, and yada 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 and all this other stuff. Then explain to me why you had all of those officers pull up and all have their guns out on 2 black men and a black teenager while they were all handcuffed. Explain it to me. Why would you do that? What do you think that they're going to do? They're going to Houdini out the cuffs and turn into the Terminator and just air out the block? What is your fear really? But you know what? Because you want to think that this is a one-off type thing, let's go to another video.
He says he thinks this all stems from a neighbor just not wanting him in that neighborhood.
It is very racist, and you should know better.
He didn't say one word, and I was with him, and I'm white. So it's a racist.
This is very racist, and this is embarrassing.
Marlon Crutchfield says this happened on December 21st. That woman's voice in the background is a white client trying to vouch for him. He was scheduled to take photos of a home in an Arlington neighborhood. He's a real estate agent and photographer. While he was in his car, he says a white man asked if he could help him. He said no, he was fine. And then police showed up asking to interview him and to see his ID. Crutchfield tells Fox 5 he is a former Capitol police officer and veteran. Police say whoever called them told them Crutchfield was taking photos of the entrance to a nearby military base, Joint Base Meyer-Henderson Hall. He says that isn't true.
It was embarrassing. I felt anger and frustration because I knew that I hadn't done anything to warrant this response from Arlington County or the MPs. And I felt sorry for the sellers at the house that I was at, because here I am bringing 4 patrol cars to their house and they're trying to list their house for sale. This is unwanted attention, trust me. What crime was committed? What am I suspected of?
Because I'm not committed any crime.
And he couldn't answer any of those questions.
Right to see, right to
so why would I give my ID? To be detained? I'm working.
And Arlington County Police did share a statement with us. It reads in part, in order to ensure public safety within our community, officers have a duty to respond to dispatched calls for service and fully investigate the circumstances surrounding them. But the police also acknowledging that no crime had been committed. And
another one.
But we've got our paperwork in order. We've got our contract. We have a statement from the owner saying that we can enter the house. So, I mean, I'm really not sure what she wants me to do other than leave the neighborhood. For whatever reason, the neighbor has called the police on us. So I just wanted to show. Ma'am, did they say when the police would be on the way? So she just walked on the inside. But, I mean, this is what we go through. Young black man out here trying to do what's right. And we get the police called on us. So it hasn't been the first time I've seen this. Right, I understand.
Even if you are inside the residence,
right,
you know, and
right,
you got a perceived burglary, unless I've got a victim and owner,
exactly,
I can't prosecute.
Okay, now do you mind telling her that, because I really do not want her coming behind me. I honestly feel threatened, and if it's a way that I can do this, I would like to file a complaint against her, because there was no reason for her to do that.
Well, what did she do?
She came out threatening to call the police on me. She was screaming and shouting. I didn't do anything. All I'm trying to do is get in and get my pictures. I mean, that's pretty much it.
About the best I can do on that is I can notate the complaint.
Okay. I would definitely like to do that.
Unless she's threatened you or attacked you, I can't.
Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. But in that case, that's fine. I mean, I just don't want to be harassed while I'm doing my inspection. Sure, get this on camera. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
This is good footage right here.
You keep the camera rolling. But,
okay.
If you have any problems with her, what I want you to do is call me back over here.
I'm gonna call you as soon as I have a problem with her.
She will go to jail today.
As soon as I have a problem, you going to jail. You heard him?
I know.
We don't want to have no more problems for you.
Well, make sure.
I don't care if your friend is the president. Just listen to me. Listen to me. I ain't got to take it. He's going to go do what he's
I got it.
okay?
I appreciate it, though.
You're going to let him do what he's going to do.
I know,
If you
so hurry
try,
up.
listen to me. If you try to do anything to stop him, I'm going to take you to jail.
Why would I do anything to stop him? He's got all the correct paperwork, right?
Perfect.
Now, again, that was just a few of many examples that many African Americans in America have to actually deal with and face on a consistent basis. And it's usually 10 times out of 10 by the exact same people that you see in the video. And then the exact same people want to claim that, oh, I'm not racist, I'm not bigoted, I don't practice any type of discrimination. I don't see color, I don't see race, I don't see any ethnicity or anything like that. My dog is black, my cat is black, my favorite cup of tea is black. So it's like it's impossible for me to be racist. I have mixed grandbabies and all these other things. But at the end of the day, this is America. This is woven into the fabric of this country day in and day out. It is consistently taught day in and day out. And this is America, and can't nobody tell me any different. Yeah, you're going to be able to name some variables out there. It's like, oh, what about Jeff, John, Steve, Ben, Bernard, all these other characters. That's great. That's great that you can sit up there and find them. But what about all the other millions and hundreds of millions that you didn't name? What about them? Can you say the exact same for them? Or are we just staying focused and fixated on these variables that you are using to basically body block, shield, and justify, right, all of the other racism, bigotry, and discrimination that's out there? Like I said, it's very easy to point out and to tote the ones directly in front of people to say, see, here we go, here we go, here we go. But yet you don't want to focus on the greater majority that is out there, that is being responsive, that is breeding, a lot of that hatred that is still out here, that still exists. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.